Yeah, you can see my hands.
Alright. Hey, the reason I stopped, you don't have any plates on your vehicle.
No, I do have a plate on my vehicle.
Right, well, a registered plate.
Nope.
Or a valid, I'm sorry.
No, there ain't no valid. Do you have any evidence I'm in transportation or traffic?
Where are you headed today, sir?
Home.
Home. You live here?
Went shopping.
Okay.
No, I live out.
Alright. You got some cattle or animals? Or
I got animals.
do you?
To feed.
Okay.
I served it. Look, let me tell you something. I understand what you guys are tasked to do.
Yes, sir.
But I also understand the government's been breaking the law with licensing law.
Yes, sir.
Okay? I've been studying it for years. I've been doing this for 20 years.
Okay.
I took $150K from the last cop that aggravated kidnapped me.
Right.
Under the color of law. I'm not out to hurt anybody.
Right.
I have $1 million state bond on this in case something happens for my financial liability.
Okay. Do you have anything illegal on you or any weapons or
Nope.
anything? Nothing I need to worry about. Do you care to, if I check or you can show me? That's nice.
I stopped carrying after cops murdered Chase Allen.
Who's that? I'm not familiar.
Farmington, Utah. He was doing the same thing I'm doing, and they murdered him fucking dead. 5 of them unloaded on him. Mad dump.
Yeah. Do you care to come talk to me? Is that something you do?
I'll talk to you right here in front of your camera.
Okay.
I want it on camera and on my recording.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
That's how I cover myself.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah, but I can't always get a hold of yours, and they redact stuff from yours. And
yeah, I don't know. I'm not familiar with that part of it. We've got a whole division for that.
That is cameraed, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, right there in the front. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, but I'm not out to hurt anybody. No one has any. No one has any cause of action against me or nor standing.
Yes, sir.
This is false imprisonment right now.
Okay.
Now I understand what you're tasked to do, so I get it.
Right. So I don't know. I've ran into. Would you consider yourself a sovereign citizen, or what do you consider yourself?
No such thing.
You have a.
Can't be a sovereign and a citizen.
Yeah. You have anything you can consider yourself, or is there anything?
Yeah, I'm a man that served this country for freedom for 2 decades, and I'm not licensing my freedom.
Right.
License is permission to do something unlawful.
Right.
Is going to the store to get provisions unlawful? No.
Yeah, not in itself. No, not. I agree with you there.
This says it all right here. It's not for commerce, driving, operating, transportation, traffic. It's all commercial.
Yes, sir.
Every bit of it.
All right. Do you have a license? A driver's license?
Haven't had one in 20 years.
Really? Are you from Missouri? Like, are you originally, or this area, I guess I should say?
You're asking me to give up my 4th Amendment and 5th Amendment.
No,
You're questioning me, and I'm not trying to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, no, I'm not either, man.
You're very reasonable, so
yeah, I'm really trying to be reasonable.
But I've seen cops be real nice,
yes,
like
sir.
the one that aggravated kidnapped me that night, and then when I didn't want to lick his boots, he fucking kidnapped me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not.
So, I mean,
with, whatever situation. I don't know where that occurred, but.
But anyway, I've been driving around. I've been not driving. It's all terms and sophist bullshit.
Yeah.
I've been using my private automobile around here for 11 years.
Really?
Well, I got this one 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's not registered. State has no interest in it.
Yes,
it's
sir.
my private property.
Yeah.
Well, property.
Right.
But all I'm doing is going home right now. And I come up here about once, sometimes twice a month. I needed some extra feed for the animals this month.
Right. So, and this is not necessarily, I guess, consistent.
And I can send you all the facts and evidence if you want to see it and you'll actually read it. I can send you all the crap I have on, and I have it on 2 documents that I can email it. But
are you an off-grid type guy, or do you?
Well, no, we have electricity.
Oh, do you? So you live in like a town?
I'm retired.
Okay. So, but I mean, you live in a town, like you don't.
No, I'm out rural.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, we're on 7 acres out in the middle of nowhere. That's what we want.
Right. I got you. Will you give me your information, your name, your date of birth?
Well,
anything like that?
I stopped representing that person 2 decades ago now. That would be fraud, me using it.
Okay.
Now, my name is a man. My name is James.
Right. Well, so
but I'm not giving you the all capitalized name. That's not
So you won't
That
give me
was
your name?
created in fraud by the state. I stopped representing it in 2003. You're talking June will be 20 years ago.
Will you wait right here for me?
I'm not going to go nowhere.
Okay. I'm just going to let my dispatch know I'm on a traffic stop, and if
You're not on a traffic stop. I'm not in traffic.
Well, like I said,
traffic is commerce, defined in law.
like I said, we have terms. We use terms. It's just what it is. Okay?
Traffic is commerce. Defined that way in Black's law.
You can just wait right there. I'll be right back.
Well, I'd like to hear what you're saying. Huh?
I use actually, so I'm gonna let them know what's going on, and that it's not a big deal, man. It's just what it is. All
You're
right.
gonna kidnap me and we go through that, or
No, I'd like you to just stand in front of your vehicle or behind your vehicle.
okay?
So, I know you said you don't use the all caps name, but
The state's created name.
right,
The
yeah,
person.
Well, really, the state didn't create that. Your parents would have given
No,
you that. That would have been.
it's on the state's documents.
Okay.
It's their creation. They didn't fully disclose to my mom what that was about, and they're using it to fraud us.
Right. Either way, will you provide that name for me?
What, just to see, like, no wants and warrants?
Yeah.
You gonna kidnap me?
If you have warrants.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Yeah,
I know
but
that.
that's what I'm asking. If you'll provide that, so I can
Okay,
do
James.
it. James, have you ever lived in Missouri under that name, or had a Missouri ID card under that name?
Never. Yeah.
James, James. What's your date of birth, sir?
No date of birth. I have a day I was born, and it's hearsay.
Okay. What's the hearsay date that you were born?
I
said you won't come?
shouldn't be telling you this.
You said you won't sit in my vehicle and talk to me?
Why?
What you said a minute ago, you wanted to listen to what I was saying.
Well, of
so I was
course.
just going to talk to you if you were willing to sit in my vehicle.
Why do I need to? We're already talking, and I've already explained it to you.
Right, so I'm going to run your name and everything, make sure there's no active warrants or anything.
Go ahead.
But I was going to talk to you if you'd sit there. I don't want to sit there and you stand over me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
But if you were wanting to sit there,
I'll sit beside you.
I'm not. Let me grab all this stuff, get it out of your way.
Like I said, you're being reasonable, even though I shouldn't give up my rights. I've already done a few of those. So.
Well, I appreciate you being cooperative with me, man. I'm not looking to, start a bunch of trouble.
Like
with
I
you,
said,
so
I've just seen a lot of this shit go sideways, and when they murdered Chase Allen like that, I even stopped carrying.
Do you care if I close the door?
Go ahead. I used to be armed at all times, but I even stopped carrying after that.
Right.
That way nobody can claim I pulled a gun on them, or you know what I mean?
Right. Who's Chase Allen? I don't know him or...
His mother was stopped for the same type deal. She figured out and learned the law and started going around with private plates, and they stopped her. She is suing Farmington, Utah for this issue, same issue, because they took her shit and armed robbed her and everything else. And so 3 days before the trial, the court case, I think they targeted her son because he was doing the same thing.
Right.
And then they started screaming at him and yelling at him, and the cop leaned into the car and just saw a gun on his hip, and they all unloaded on him.
Yeah. Where was that at? Do you
Look
know?
it up on YouTube, man. The video's on YouTube. And they're trying to say, he pulled a gun, and I didn't see him pull shit.
Yeah.
He was exercising a freedom. They were falsely imprisoning him.
You have a social security number that was one point.
That is for Social Security use only.
Right.
I have not used it.
Okay.
I use it with the VA if I have to. That's the only time I've used my person in the last 20 years is for the VA because I earned that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
I spent 2 decades and was hurt in service.
Really?
So
What branch were you in?
I was Navy.
Navy.
Yeah.
When did you serve?
17 years year to year from 81 to 90, almost 98.
81 to 98. I'm trying to think. My grandpa was in the Navy. Were you on any, I don't mean to offend you, ships? Is that the proper term?
I was on ships.
Is that, I know there's something.
Several.
There's one term you don't use, and I don't know which.
Boats.
Okay.
That's bullshit.
So you don't use boats.
Boats are submarines in the Navy.
Right.
Ships are surface.
Okay.
But I worked on subs most of my career.
Right.
Okay.
So, and like I said, I understand you have a certain belief.
No, I don't. It's not a belief. It's the law.
Again,
you have a sworn oath and duty to protect my life, my liberty, and my pursuit of happiness.
Yes, sir. So
you're interfering with that pursuit of happiness, and the government used fraud to license our freedom.
Right.
It's not right. It's unlawful.
Okay. So, but what I'm saying is, basically, Missouri has we have laws, okay?
You mean the Act of Congress?
I'm saying the laws, of registering vehicles, of having driver's license.
It's not a vehicle.
Like that. Okay.
Commercial term.
Right. We use our
transportation and traffic. Commercial terms.
Okay. But regardless, we have these laws in place that we have to abide by, or that the state of Missouri gives us.
It's not law.
The authority to.
It's statute, and it's color of law.
Okay. Well, and that's what I'm trying to explain. That's why I stopped you, for not having a valid registration plate through.
And I don't require one.
Okay.
I don't represent a person.
Right.
I'm not in transportation or traffic.
Okay.
Period.
Right. So, again, do you have a social that you use with the VA that you will provide to me?
No, I'm not giving the social.
Okay.
That's only to be used for Social Security matters, and of course my VA, because that was my serial number in the service.
Right. Okay. If I have it, will you provide it, or will you confirm it if I have it?
Well, it's going to be on there if you already attach the name and the date of birth, which I shouldn't have given you, but I did.
Well, and I appreciate you cooperating. Did you live in West Plains at one point?
No.
You
never lived in West Plains.
Okay. And your date of birth is?
No.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the one that is alleged anyway.
Exactly. You got that.
Well, like I said, as you said, we have definitions. I'm using the definition. So nothing came back.
I told you I don't have no warrants.
Well, what I'm saying is, there's like nothing. Basically, it's.
That's because I haven't used the name for 20 years.
Okay.
For two things: going to the VA in Birmingham, Alabama, to get my knee rebuilt.
Right.
For the third time.
Yeah.
And in the last 20 years, that's all I've used it for. And I think my wife used, and she's not a state wife.
Right.
I think my wife used it to do something with Medicaid recently because of the VA being so crappy around here.
Yeah. So if I wasn't a law enforcement officer asking you, if I was your neighbor and I said, "Hey, what's your name?" Would you give me a name then?
My neighbors know me. It's Jim.
Right. So, but I mean, you go by that to even your neighbors or anybody else.
Everybody.
So
they know me as Jim, or a few James. But
so why do you separate it though from? If you use the name still, why do you separate it?
Because they created the name in fraud.
Yeah.
They did not disclose to my mom. We're creating a separate version of your son.
Right.
To use against you. And that's what it's used as. A person. Persona.
Yeah.
A mask a man wears.
Okay.
This ain't sovereign citizen crap. The sovereign is the king. Or supreme ruler.
Right.
A citizen is a subject. Read Leary v. U.S. The government has a duty of protection, and I have a duty of allegiance in return for a duty of protection.
Yeah.
But multiple Supreme Court cases have said the government has no duty to protect. Therefore, no duty of allegiance.
Yeah. Well.
That's Supreme Court rulings. And there's also multiple Supreme Court rulings about not needing a license to travel and go about your private, peaceful business. Again, a license is permission to do something unlawful.
Yeah.
Is going to the store unlawful? Is going to work unlawful? It's unlawful, a tort, or a trespass, and they're none of the three. So why would I need a license?
Well, so do you recognize the authority of the Oregon County Courthouse, though? Or the Oregon County Court?
I've seen them commit treason.
Okay, well, I'm asking if you
No, I saw Howell County do it. They did it to some First Amendment auditors recently. But Oregon County unlawfully took my laptop at the courthouse the last time I was there to help someone.
Did they?
Yeah, they armed robbed me of my laptop
432.
because they didn't want me recording.
I'm secure. Their PD's on scene also.
58 clear.
So, I know I've asked kind of, basically nothing came back. Would you care if I just ran a social? Would you provide a social security number for me to run and ensure there's no warrant associated with that social security number that you have?
I thought you said you already had my social.
Well, it's not you. So basically there are things called sound-alikes. And if I run your name, anyone with a name...
There's thousands of us.
Right, yeah.
I've known four.
Right. So you understand.
I've known
I'm
four
not trying
James...
to over on you right now or anything. Basically, several people...
See, I think I'm setting myself up to be kidnapped because I'm giving you more and more information I shouldn't be giving you to cover my ass. Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
261. I'm recording it all anyway.
Okay.
Like I said, I stopped carrying because of that murder.
Right.
Otherwise, I would have had my arms.
Yeah. So I have to fill out, because I came in contact with you, I have to fill out a citation report. So I know you, again,
That's
with
fine.
the definitions. This is a traffic stop for us, okay? So with that being said, I have to fill out what's called a racial profiling is essentially what it is.
Without a cause of action or standing, I have no obligation to make an appearance in a court, so you can fill out whatever you want.
Right. Well, I didn't say I was going to write you any citations or anything like that.
You're just saying it's something y'all have to do?
Yeah, no, even... Procedure-wise. Yeah, it could be anything.
I'm trying to be cool. I'm not being a dick to you.
I've been sitting here listening to you, sir. I mean,
yeah. I served this country for 2 decades to defend freedom. I'm not going to try and kill you guys for no reason.
No, I heard. What branch were you in?
Navy.
Navy?
Yeah. I did 2 battle wagons, and then I did mainly tenders because I was a calibration technician. I did IM. I was an IM2 when I got out. But
none of my family did Navy,
and they screwed me out of my retirement.
Really?
Yeah.
So I had a.
So I'm not too happy with the government anyway. But someone mentioned all this to me, right? All the no requirement for a license, and I started studying it. And I got it out of American jurisprudence and corpus juris secundum and Supreme Court cases and Black's Law Dictionary and Ballantyne's Law Dictionary. Those are the main dictionaries other than the Supreme Court uses Bouvier's. But I got all my definitions and stuff from there. And I put it all together. I told him I'd email him the document if he wanted to read through it and see where I'm getting what I'm talking about. And in fact, I was planning on talking to your chief and the Oregon County and the Howell County sheriff because that boy Chase Allen got murdered in Utah by cops over this. I normally carry my .45, but I stopped carrying it after that.
Will you give me your minute?
See, that's terrorism. That's terrorizing me not to exercise a right because I'm afraid of being murdered.
Yeah, well, that's what in the state of Missouri we have the constitutional carry.
Well, I understand that, but still, he was carrying lawfully, and they saw the gun and freaked the fuck out, and all of them mag dumped into him over this.
I'm not familiar with that whole ordeal.
But look it up on YouTube. It's on there.
Allen, you said?
Chase Allen, yeah. Look it up on YouTube.
And that was in Utah?
Farmington, Utah.
Farmington, Utah?
Yeah.
And that's what I went to training before in some of the biggest cities, and they were always, they go over, what do you do with people with guns? And I kind of giggled at them because it's like, man, I'm from Oregon County.
All gun laws are treason, dude.
Dude, I'm right there with you.
You are?
Second Amendment all the way.
And I'll tell you another thing. You guys scare the fucking piss out of me when you're ignorant and arrogant. Okay? But I'll be the first motherfucker to defend y'all if y'all are doing what's right.
Yeah, and that's
I'd give my fucking life to protect you.
Yeah, and that's what don't get me wrong. We know that there's bad cops out there.
No, there's a lot of fucking ignorant bad cops.
And that's what we try to do our due diligence when it comes to our hiring.
I've watched tens of thousands of them over the last 10 years. Just look at this, First Amendment auditors. Watch them alone. Tens of thousands of bad cops that don't know the law, that commit treason, that aggravated kidnap people without cause. You need to study a book on causation. There's an older one, Causation in the Law. It was written in 1959 by a law professor, and causation is what American law is all about. What wrong did I commit that caused someone damage or injury? What law did I break, or what wrong did I do that caused someone an injury? If I hit someone's mailbox, that's not a crime. If I hit it and run and don't tell them and try and get away from fixing it, then it's a crime.
Yes.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's like I told him, I've got $1 million bond on this in case of accident, in case of an unintentional collision, and it's my fault. I'm not paying for somebody else's fault, so I've covered my financial liability, but I'm not licensing my freedom, dude. I served this country for 2 decades. Well, 17 years.
17
Yeah.
years. I'd round up too.
Will you give me a middle name?
Yeah, I told
Remember,
you.
I put E. I didn't have it
okay.
written down.
No,
You had you were
Florida.
Florida. And
Florida's where the person's out of. If you want a problem, if you have a problem with the person, go talk to them. It's theirs.
yeah, okay. Well, how tall are you? I know it's pretty
Jesus.
detailed. I mean, you can look at it. I'm not making random. How much you think you
I
weigh?
wait.
Okay.
Like-
Do you have a phone number you would provide for me?
Sure.
Okay.
If like the sheriff or your boss wanted to talk to
Sure.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, basically, it's just
It's a landline.
nobody's gonna call it more than likely, but I mean, I guess they could.
Like I said, I'm getting close to providing documents to their chief
Right.
and to the sheriffs of I only mainly go around in Oregon and Howell.
Right.
But I've been doing it for 11 years. I even go up to West Plains. In fact, I noticed my damn truck's out of alignment. I got to get that done this payday. But I was going to provide them that document I was telling you about.
Right.
And let them know I'm in the area because of that murder. That freaked me the fuck out.
Right.
That they killed him like that. It was like a fucking execution, man.
Yeah.
They went psycho. And it's always officer safety, officer safety. No. When I swore an oath in the service, I didn't swear an oath to my safety. I swore an oath to you,
Right.
to all the people.
Yeah.
The people are the sovereign, not the servants.
Yeah.
When I was a servant, I didn't go, I'm Caesar, obey me.
I get that.
And the government has turned it around to where they've brainwashed everybody into thinking we're the damn slaves.
Yeah. Do you have an address I can put down for you?
I shouldn't be doing this, man. I'm cutting my throat.
You know the zip code there?
I'm too nice. I think. I don't mail myself.
Yeah, I
Did
understand.
you just get that hay? Not to change that.
Yeah.
Did you? Did you get it? Was it straw from Hirsch?
Hirsch.
Oh, was it straw?
Well, no, that's Bermuda.
Is it?
They still have Bermuda.
How much are they charging for it?
Right at 10.
10?
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Everything's gone up since this cut bullshit.
Well, that is hard to get late last year, and we're running low.
They've still got, I'd say about an eighth of a trailer of it.
Oh, do they?
Will you provide a year on your truck?
2001.
And then do you have your VIN visible where I can put it
Nope.
on here? You don't have it visible? Will you
I can give it to you
will
to
you
make
provide
sure
a
it's
VIN
not
number so
stolen or
yeah,
whatever.
I'm just going to add it in my report as basically, like I said, you can look at it. I'm just showing that's the vehicle that you're the vehicle I came in contact with.
I don't have it visible.
Okay.
But if you want to, you can. I've
Sure,
got it.
yeah,
In fact, let me show you this. I'm not grabbing nothing. Like I said, I don't carry no more because I'm worried about getting murdered. Actually, it's on the plate. I didn't cover that one.
Oh, there's the door?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a VIN in there, and there's a VIN on the frame. In fact,
So it was
that's something that more and more Americans are starting to carry. But like I said, I'm not out to do anything to anybody. And because I'm unlicensed, I'm fucking more careful than anything.
And that's what normally I'm not put you in a blanket. But normally,
Assistant Chief.
yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yeah, I'm a second in command.
I'm Jim.
Luke Martin.
Like I said, I was planning on coming up there and talking to the chief and then the sheriffs. And then West Plains chief too, because of this murder. But it happened like 2 weeks ago, and I've just been getting documents. I got that document made in fact 2 days ago. I just got it all cut and pasted and all the information put together.
Now, you don't mind me asking what?
I got a friend who's been doing the same thing for almost as long as me.
Oh.
He made a book.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, hang on a second.
Well, I looked at the back of it, and it looks like you are.
It's weathered because of
Well, if it's sitting in the back,
it's weathered because it's up there, yeah, but I have more of them too. Unlawful seizures, searches and seizures of person's property shall not be violated.
yeah.
Like I said, I don't want to kill anybody or hurt anybody. I'm out here just living my fucking life. We gotta look up a poem called Left Alone.
Yeah, Left Alone. Who's it by?
I'll send you that one too if you give me an email. I think it's unknown or anonymous.
Yeah.
But it's a trip. It's about the men who want to be left alone and not bothered by others trying to force it. Government without consent's enslavement, dude.
Yeah.
Plain simple fact. I'm not trying to hurt anybody, and like I said, I've covered my ass financially. And even if that state bond expired, did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if that state bond expired, I still have the 1099-A because I can always go in and use that person
Right.
when I want to. They fabricated it though, so it makes it fraud. What I said was the day I stopped representing that person, it's fraud for me to use it.
So what was the reason that you did stop representing? You may have told me, but we've talked about a lot of things.
Because it was created in fraud to enslave us, dude.
Yeah, and that's what I heard you say something like even the mother that it.
Yeah, they didn't disclose. To have a lawful contract, there's 4 elements to a lawful contract. Offer, we have an understanding. I make an offer to you, you acceptance. It has to have lawful terms and conditions. In other words, I can't get you to agree to be my slave.
Yeah.
That's unlawful. And then full disclosure. They never fully disclosed to my mother what that was doing. Creating a fake me. And they created a fake you and a fake you. And you don't have to represent. Look up what the term is. It means to stand in the place of. Okay? Are you going to represent yourself in court? No, I am myself.
Yeah.
I don't have to stand in the place of nothing. That's why they trick you into representing a person. Persons aren't man. Man has rights. Woman has rights. Not persons. They do all that. It's so fucking convoluted and stupid. But it's not that hard when you learn the basics of real law. And that's cause of action. Did my wrong act cause anyone any damage or injury? Now, there's also, if I'm going up and down the road at 5 fucking miles an hour and I wouldn't knock any one of you motherfuckers for pulling me over.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also, you're threatening the lives and property of them.
Well, and that's what a lot of the enforcement is what we'll call this is enforcement, right? Even though it's the license plates and all that stuff, we'll call it enforcement, but a lot of that is to deter that, and this is just...
But see, one thing I was going to provide your chief and the sheriffs and everything was a picture of the back of my truck, my name and where I live, where if anybody said, somebody with a truck like this did this to me and blah, 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 here you go. I have one of those. And come out and see me or whatever. The sheriff of Howell County knows who I am. Oh no, there's a new sheriff in Howell County.
Brent.
That's right.
Sheriff
The old sheriff knew me personally. CPS came out because of a bitch up the fucking road starting trouble. And I said, state the crime you've witnessed or present the sworn warrant. And then the CPS came back with 3 fucking cops. Yeah. And I said, same thing. Yeah. State the crime you witnessed, present the sworn warrant, and get the fuck out of here. And then I sent a notice to the sheriff trespassing the executive office off my land without a lawful warrant. And the sheriff came to the edge of the property, honked, and we talked for about an hour and a half. I haven't talked to the new sheriff.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
But the old sheriff was a good guy.
Yeah.
He honored his oath and he understood. He was like, if he served this country for 20 years, and then one of his deputies tried. I've had a couple of deputies behind me, in fact, with this. I said, someone's gonna paint on it someday. But I've been doing this for 11 years. Yeah. Mind you, not with this truck all the time. But
well, and that's what. Do you live in this area? You from?
Kosh.
Oh, okay.
I live just across the Howell line in Kosh.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's
it's not Kosh, but I'm like, how the fuck do they get to Kosh 20 miles away?
I tell you, there's
it's all mail shit.
Yeah, there's people who live in that are Kosh address that are half a mile from there.
And you know, my friends would lambaste the living fuck out of me for telling you everything I have. But I'm not out to start a fucking problem.
And we're not either. No. We're really not.
Some are. Some it's all arrogance and ego. You guys aren't that way, and I can tell that already.
Yeah.
Y'all give a shit about right, and protect people. That's your fucking job. Yeah. And that's what you sort of do.
Yeah.
Don't harm fucking people for no reason.
Right.
And like I said, I will get in and talk to you, Steve. Yeah. And I've already talked to you now, dude.
Yeah.
He's been reasonable. I was like, oh, shit. And I turned down the wrong road, and I was like, oh, shit. Here comes that trooper. I bet that's for me.
Yeah. I appreciate you being reasonable also.